I just got back from walking Sam, walking Sam. I'm not gonna sing. I have a terrible voice. But I did just get back from walking Sam, and that was my little dance for the day. It's not getting any better, but I hope the videos are getting better. Today I am going to make some chocolate brownie cookies, and I am going to add some protein powder to it. This is only the second time I've added the protein powder to the cookies, and we're gonna see how they come out. I think they'll be fine. The last time I put in, I think I put in too much protein powder, so I'm gonna put in half as much as I think. I'll let you know at the end how they come out. Reason I'm doing this is because you know that everybody's talking about we need more protein, we need more protein. So I didn't welcome all you guys. So hey, little ones, big ones, medium ones, all the ones watching, I am so glad you're watching. I'm excited about these cookies. And I'm always trying to put protein in anything. I sneak protein powder in almost everything I cook for myself. But not when I cook it for everybody else. But I thought this time I would give it a try, even for something that I'm going to share. So get your apron on and get ready. We're going to cook brownie cookies with protein powder. So as usual, I got everything out first. I melted chocolate. This is chocolate and butter. And I got my mixer out. And this is the protein powder. I have Ghirardelli chocolate because that's the kind I love. Vanilla. Here's the sugar, both brown and white. And here is the flour and the cocoa. And here's the eggs. We're ready to bake. Here we go. So we start, as we often do. I mentioned just a second ago, we melted the butter and chocolate. And I did it in the microwave. You can do it on top of the stove. The way I did it in the microwave was I put it on for 20 seconds, I stirred it, I put it on for 20 more seconds, I stirred it. I put it on for one last 20 seconds, but you do it until everything is combined. And the next thing we have to do is to beat in the eggs and the sugar. So I am going to pour the sugar that I already measured. And you know why I measure everything, right? Because, hold on a minute. So, I forgot to put my microphone on, and I want to make sure you hear me clearly. Um, my phone picks up my voice pretty well, and I do have a kind of loud voice, but I just want to make sure. So anyway, the first thing we're going to do is instead of creaming the butter and sugar, we're going to cream the eggs and sugar. So that's a little different than it usually is. So I'm just going to pour in all 4 eggs and 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, and turn it on and let that get creamy. And when I say creamy, I just mean the Sam is moaning. He's saying hello to you. Anyway, when I say cream, I just really mean um, everything is incorporated. So the sugars are incorporated into the eggs, and it looks like one color. So you see, that's pretty much one color. I'm gonna let it go for about 10 more seconds. I think Sam doesn't like the sound of the mixer. Then I'm going to add in the chocolate that I melted. Oh, this chocolate smells so good. This is bittersweet chocolate. You can buy that in several ways, but if you buy it in a big old block, make sure you cut it up before you try and melt it. If you try and melt the whole big old block, it'll take a while. So that is the chocolate added in. And we're going to stir that up until it gets to be one color also. Every time I turn on the mixer, Sam whines. I don't know what that's about. So see how that's all one color? We did it again. The next thing we're going to add is all the dry ingredients. That's the flour, baking powder, salt, and the cocoa. These are going to be so dark and lovely. I'm going to turn this back on and add the dry ingredients slowly so that it doesn't all fly up in my face as it's trying to do right now. So this is a little different than other cookies are, except for um, just because we have chocolate that I melted to put in here. That's the thing that threw it off from the regular, how it does regularly. So once again, we want all the dry ingredients to incorporate in. It happens pretty quickly. You never want to over stir. One of the last things, oh, before I do that, I am going to put my protein powder, which is not in the recipe and it won't be in the recipe below. I think I might say something about it, but I'm going to put in a scoop and see how that mixes in. I'm going to put in one more scoop. Last time I put in 4 scoops. I was being super crazy about more protein, please. So this is some good protein powder, and each scoop has 25 grams of protein. So that's 50 grams in all the cookies. So if it makes 25 cookies, that'll be 2 grams of protein in each cookie. I'm going to scrape down the sides, as I always do, with my handy dandy rubber spatula that I love so much. This is funny. It's a Christmas spatula that my sister gave me one year for Christmas. My sister and I have this tradition where we get each other 10 gifts under $10 each. So we spend up to $100 on each other. And one year she gave me 2 spatulas that were Christmas. And I use them all the time because she knows I love a rubber spatula. And I love Christmas, but I use them all year round. I don't just use them at Christmas time. Okay, let's stir. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. Now you're saying these are chocolate cookies. Why are you adding vanilla? It's something about vanilla that really, really, really brings out the chocolate flavor. So I always add vanilla, even in chocolate cookies or in chocolate chip cookies. And the last thing I'm going to add is a cup of chocolate chips. And here are the chocolate chips. You can stir this in by hand or let the mixer do it. I am going to let the mixer do it until the mixer doesn't want to do it. And Sammy, Sam Lucky does not like the mixer. So that is it. Now we have cookie dough. But see how soft the cookie dough is? We don't really want the cookie dough that soft. So we're going to sit it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. So I meet you back here in 30 minutes when this comes out the refrigerator. It's been 30 minutes and I'm back, and you see this is stiffened up. So I'm going to use a medium scoop this time. And this is more like, I don't know, if I had to guess, I'd say a tablespoon and a half, maybe 2 tablespoons. But anyway, I put parchment paper on my baking sheet, and I am going to scoop the cookies out. Oh, I forgot to preheat the oven. Preheat the oven to 350. So we are going to make sure you leave space. They're going to spread. They don't only spread, but they spread and crackle. I love that crackle look on top. Have you seen the brownie cookies before? I like to stagger them, make sure they don't spread into each other. They're going to spread, but they're not going to spread so much that they look at me making a mess. Anyway, reason you put parchment paper down is this doesn't have as much butter in it as a lot of the cookies do that that won't stick. So these might try to stick a little. They won't stick a lot, but they'll try to stick a little. So the parchment paper will make sure that doesn't happen. So see, easy peasy. One pan down, one to go. So these are only going to cook 8 to 10 minutes. So I will see you after they come out of the oven. They're out of the oven. So the parchment paper really helped because, see, no sticking. These took 10 minutes, and I'm going to put them on the cooling rack. I guess I could just pick them up with my fingers instead of trying to use the spatula. But you want to put them on the cooling rack, let them get all the way cool, and enjoy. They came out kind of pretty and they smell so good. So remember, also remember I say so too many times, but remember, these are like brownies and cookies, and they have protein powder in it. This is actually going to end up making 40. I had said if it had made 25. So if it makes 40, it'll be about 1.25 grams of protein per cookie. That just means you have to eat more cookies to get more protein. Remember all those things that I always tell you to do. Please like, subscribe, forward, share, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'll see you next time, and I have no clue whatsoever what I'm making next time. I'm not even going to guess. I'll see you next time.